Hi Sagittarius, welcome back. This is your extended reading. I will be laying out 5 cards now for love and another 5 for career to see how these messages could relate to you in these areas of your life. So let's start off with your love situation here. You did have the Lovers card, so there's definitely some sort of union, connection and or relationship or person who's going to be center stage here for you. There's a lot of importance or emphasis I feel on this connection. So let's see what else we can learn. Okay, there's marriage or ultimate commitment coming up for some of you with the Hierophant. Now, you did have yourself come up as a Sagittarius with the Temperance card, so I feel like there's destined changes towards a love relationship here. Now, the Hierophant is often seen as the marriage proposal card or card of loyalty. So I feel like there's someone that's wanting to offer you something quite special here, especially because you've got the Ace of Pentacles, which can be seen as divine intervention, the law of attraction and things like that. You've got the Hand of God here and an angel. Could it be 2 separate offers? Absolutely. You do have the 2 Cups cards, and interestingly, you've got the 2 of Swords, which is that major decision that needs to be made. So I feel for a lot of you, there's a bit of a fork in the road when it comes to love. Could be options in love, yes. Could also be ultimatums. What's interesting is that you have 2 cards that display an exodus of some kind. Either someone will leave you twice, you might leave them, you might go separate ways and even reconcile, or there's 2 exits. You could even be losing 2 loved ones around you. Okay, 2 people that potentially you were interested in. Maybe you were waiting to see how things panned out with this person here. But there could be 2 exits or 2 exits. If someone leaves you or has left you, Sagittarius, they might come back again with an offer of love, and they could be a soulmate. You might have had a family together, children. You might have built a family home. But for some of you, this person might leave once again. Okay. Now, that's not to say we should preempt these things and invite them into our experiences, but there could be, some of you could be dealing with someone who is not ready to offer what it is that you're wanting, and as a result they can't offer you that long-term commitment, and they might end up leaving once again. Okay, so it could even come as a warning for some of you. Maybe that person isn't ready. Maybe they need to find themselves spiritually, emotionally, but there's someone that's blocked off to this. Okay, the 2 Swords, and the Gemini is ruled by twins. So, and the twins can be very dual, so they're indecisive. Okay, Geminis are known to be extremely indecisive. And I feel like there's someone who's undecided either about you or the connection that you have. Whether it's they're undecided about marriage, they're undecided about traveling together, they're undecided about how you'd work as a couple, they're undecided if they want to offer you their loyalty, their love, their dedication. They could be in a very back and forth energy. It could even be you, Sag. You might be very back and forth in a love situation. A part of you wants to leave, a part of you wants the long term. I feel like you can't have your cake and eat it too here, Sag. So there's a situation that's going to be very tied up in communication, yes, because that's what the Gemini rules. Taurus is here, which is Venus. It's eroticism, it's passion, it's sex. That might be bringing you closer to someone, or someone might be coming back for that sexual or romantic connection with you. But whether they stay for the long term is hard to say. For some of you, yes, absolutely, this person will stay and you'll go on that journey together. But for some of you, these 2 exits indicate someone coming back in, or someone who has left you before in the previous months, days, weeks, years, and they could be doing that again. Okay, there could be a second time that they might leave, or if it's you that's left before, Sagittarius, there might be some sort of incentive to win. Maybe not forever, maybe for a brief period of time, but that could be coming up for a lot of you watching. But for some of you, if you have a family and there's marriage, there's improvement. You might have blocked something off or turned a blind eye to it. Now it's going to shine like the sun. It's going to be illuminated, and there's really a passage here for you to move on. When you see that doorway, it's an opportunity to move on, or to move on to the next phase. Now, for some of you, this is evolving, which I mentioned with the 8 of Wands. Forgiving, or it could be someone's discretions or trespasses, something that someone has done, okay, to you, or maybe something you've done to them, and they're ready to move on. whether that entails moving on from you entirely or whether that entails moving on in the relationship, they're wanting to move forward, okay? Either way, that moving forward, long distance card is here. So it's something that someone is thinking about, whether it's with or without you here, Sag. So I hate to be a little bit blunt, but I do feel that you've come up in your power here. So for a lot of you, I feel like you've got the upper hand here, or you've got the ability to make things right again. Forgiveness, clarity, expression of emotion, moving on. You've got angels, so I feel like you're being guided. Again, 2 angels, 2 swords, the twins that represent the Gemini, 2 exits. There's something about the 2. Either something will repeat itself in your relationship, in your marriage, or something that you have experienced that was very life-changing for you previously, whether it was with a different person, a different connection, a different lover or spouse altogether. That same thing might happen again, whatever it is. It could be something bad, it could be something good, it could be something you're welcoming of, it could be something you're not so welcoming of, but that could be coming up around you here, Sagittarius. But there could be a romance through work. Okay, the Hierophant, and there's something about changing in titles. Titles are changing in relationships, going from single to coupled, coupled to engaged, engaged to married, married to divorced. There's the Hierophant is all about status, and I think for a lot of you there's a shift that's changing in status here. And things that were previously unspoken of or were avoidant from either you or your person is going to come out into the open here, okay? There's someone's going to want to discuss these things they previously wanted to avoid or were nervous talking about. Suddenly that's going to change for them, or it could be changing for you, Sag, as well. Let's have a look at career. See how career, business, finance could be playing out for you here. It could be a Cancer coming in for some of you. Okay, shake-ups in career, leaving something behind. Someone's walking away. 5 of Swords. There might be an incident here. I don't know if this is over communication. It could come to the surface here. It could be quite climactic. The Tower card, unfortunately, is something that we can't avoid. Sometimes these things need to come to the surface, whether it's tensions, aggression, things that have been kept hidden. But something's coming to the surface here, and I feel like there might be an argumentative incident with the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords could also be you walking away from a situation, from a team member walking away from where you're working, from the company, from the business. There might be someone who's making that exit, and it's interesting, it sits right next to that 8 of Cups, which is that exit. So someone is not ready to commit to the same thing you are in career, potentially. And I think it's coinciding with the Tower card. It could involve another person or people. 3 people are pictured in these cards, and then you've got the 2 people here, and then the Tower symbol. So setbacks and delays are going to come in. There could be a Cancer here coming in wanting to work with you or helping you in your career somehow. If it's not a Cancer, it is someone who's recognized for their talents, and they do hold quite a prestigious title, or they might hold some sort of reputation in that industry of some kind here. The Chariot card is progression for a lot of you. So if there are delays, I feel like they're going to be followed by leaps and bounds of progression and moving forward. For some of you, it could even be a promotion, because the Knight is this last Knight of the deck, and he presents to the King and Queen of Pentacles, the last couple of the deck. So the Knight of Pentacles has a lot to offer, but he's coming in with consistency and stability. So for some of you, it could absolutely mean more money. And I feel like if you are generating anything working from home, okay, you've got that homely card here. If you are working on home, from home, you need to work at a very steady pace, because this is what's going to generate you more money. But I love that the Knight of Pentacles is offering you here, and I did mention an auspicious interview, or so you're going to be received. You're going to be received quite well here, Sagittarius. If this is like a job interview of some kind, there is an offer, okay, and the offer has come in the form of the Ace of Wands. Beautiful new chapter in career or business. For a lot of you Sagittarians, it could be a mixed bag. For some of you, it's a new chapter of uncertainty, a little bit of chaos, unpredictability, going with the flow, embracing what is, problem mediation, hitting the ground running. For others of you, it's a very smooth period of success and being noticed for your talents, and having people, potentially losing people, the people that aren't helping you or, you know, assisting you or helping you grow or nurturing you or contributing to the business or the company. And you'll be left with that rainbow, or you'll be left with the people that truly support you, okay? With the team, with the management, could even be management leaving, okay? Management could be moving on. But the Chariot card is also mobility. So a lot of you might be traveling around, seeing things, doing things, getting yourself out there. Once again, so definitely mobility for a lot of you. Seeing new places, but you're connecting or attracting people that are, you know, that are aligning for you in the stars, or it could even point to astrological compatibility. So if there is a partnership of some kind, the lovers, okay, the Chariot card has come up here too. So I think for a lot of you, there could be a situation where it could even be a little bit scandalous. I'm not sure if it's like a workplace affair or something that might happen during the Christmas or New Year period, for example. But there could be a bit of gossip around you, or there could be a love connection that was physical. Maybe even one night stands from someone you work with, or an affair, or if not, there's a bit of, someone might be acting a little bit out of line, okay? There might be some very interesting behavior you might see from someone you're working with, and that's because I feel like there's an emotional intention there. The Cancer moon is here, and then the Cancer sign has come up with the Chariot. So I feel like there's someone who's pining for you emotionally. Maybe you've worked with this person creatively before. Maybe they've been a client or a customer. But I feel like they're going to express their emotions, or they're going to become more attached to you, and you might notice this sort of behavior. Look, it could be someone you work with, someone on your floor, someone on your team. Could be someone you see every so often at meetings. Could be someone you see once a year, but there's some sort of emotional link, and it could definitely be romantic here, Sag. So you might notice that person around you maybe becoming more codependent, a little bit more clingy, because the Chariot can be clingy and codependent as well. But really, there's a lot of unpredictability and unforeseen circumstances with the Tower card. It could be coming from a fire sign here in Aries or Sagittarius or Leo. But it's a very mixed, these 5 cards are very mixed. And I feel like career-wise, things could be, there could be a lot of stops and starts. Things could be going quite well for a period, and then they might slow down, and then they might become a little bit unpredictable, then they might be more consistent, and someone might end up leaving, but some